Morning students. In this video I am going to explain about integral tests. This integral test also used for to find the given series is convergent or not. In previous videos which type of tests we discussed? Geometric series test, P series test, ratio test, root test and comparison test we discussed. In this video we discussed about integral test. This test is used for to find the given series is convergent or not. See what is integral test? Integral test. The integral test is also used for finding the given series is convergent or not. See, the integral test is also used for to finding the given series is convergent or not. When we use this test, see, we use this test if the test's geometric series, ratio test, P series test and comparison test, root test don't seem to apply. That means it is not possible to apply these tests for given series. Okay, we use integral test if the geometric series, comparison test, series test and ratio test, root test do not seem to apply for given series, and the terms an of the series summation an are non-negative, means positive. Okay, the given series has only non-negative terms and there is a decreasing function. Summation an is a series where we call an is a function. There is a decreasing function f on from 1 to infinity such that f of n equals to an for all n. If the given series is decreasing, if the function in given series is decreasing, we say that series is that function is f of n for all n. In which interval it is decreasing? From 1 to infinity. We take 1 also. So that's why I put closed bracket. From 1 to up to infinity. Okay. And the integral f is easy to calculate. These are the possibilities to use integral tests. When we use integral test, if the series does not seem to apply all the before test, first of all, that means we can't find the given series convergent or not by using these all tests. Next, the terms of the given series are non-negative. This is second point. And there is a decreasing function f on in the interval 1 to infinity, such that we find f of n equals to an. Here we take an as f of n, where f is a decreasing function. And the integral of f is easy to calculate. These are the possibilities to find integral test. That means first the given series is that all the terms in this series are non-negative, first point. And second point is the function is decreasing function on the interval 1 to infinity and the function is easily integrable. These three main points, if the given series holds these points, we can apply the integral tests. Okay. See here, decreasing means what? See here, if x less than y means x is small and y is large value. For x is small value and y is large value, so we write x less than y. What we get here? F of x greater than f of y. For small value, f of x is large and if y is large, then f of y is small. So this is called decreasing function. See the definition of decreasing function. If f is a decreasing function, that is f of x greater than f of y for all x less than y. That means for small value, if you substitute a value in function, what we get? See here, for all x less than y means here y is large value. After substitute y in function, what we get? F of y is here small. So we say f is a decreasing function such that f of x greater than or equal to 0 means it contains all positive terms or non-negative terms. Okay. For all x greater than or equal to 1, that means from 1 to infinity f of n equals to un for all n belongs to capital N. Then the series summation un and the integral, see what's the integral here, from 1 to infinity f of x dx is converge or diverge together. That means, see again I read the definition. If f is a decreasing function, first what is the first point? F should be decreasing function. How can you find the given function is decreasing or not? First we take x less than y. After that we find the values of f of x and f of y. The values f of x and f of y should be, the relation is greater than. For x less than y, see we take x less than y, but after substituting these values, what we get here? F of x greater than f of y. Then we say f is decreasing. This is the first point. What is the second point? F of x should contain all non-negative terms. This is the second point. Then we take un as f of n. Next, then the series summation un and the integral, both the summation un and the integral from 1 to infinity f of x dx are converge or diverge together. Together means both. If integral f of x dx converges, then automatically summation un also converges. If integral f of x dx diverges, what we say? The given series also divergent. So the given series summation un and integral 1 to infinity f of x dx are converge or diverge together. Together means both. This is the definition of integral test. When we use integral test, first the function is decreasing and the series has all non-negative terms. Then we take integral from 1 to infinity. We find the value of integral f of x dx. If the value of f of x dx is finite means any real number, we say it is convergent. Or the integral value of f of x dx is plus infinity or minus infinity. Here we get only plus infinity. Why? All the terms in f of x are non-negative. So if we get finite number or only plus infinity. If the integral value is plus infinity, we say the given series is divergent. See here. If limit n tends to infinity, some integral 1 to n f of x dx is plus infinity, we say the given series is divergent. If the limit n tends to infinity, integral 1 to n f of x dx is finite, we say the given series is convergent. Okay. Now I explain the procedure again. See here. Let given series is summation un. What the given series here? Summation un is our given series. Now I take sequence of partial sum. Summation un means summation from n equals to 1 to infinity. Here the values of n equals to, what are the values of n here? From 1 to infinity. So I take sequence of partial sums from some k equals to 1 to n un, where I let un as f of n. So I write f of x dx. See what is x here? First I take summation un is our given series, where n equals to 1 to infinity. Let un equals to f of n. F of n, first un equals to f of n. Similarly, I write value of f of x in x terms. The given series in n terms. Now I write the series in x terms. So let f of x equals to the given series. Okay, next. Now I find the integral value from 1 to infinity f of x dx. For finding this integral, first I find the integral value from 1 to n f of x dx. That means partial sum. First I find the integral of partial sum. After that I apply limit value from limit n tends to infinity. Okay, is it clear or not? First let the given series is summation un. After that let the function un equals to f of n. After that I write value of f of x. After that I finding the limit integral value from 1 to n f of x dx only. That means I find the integral of sequence of partial sum. But we have to find the integral from 1 to infinity. So after that I find the limit at n tends to infinity. So this is the value of the given summation un. Okay. If the limit n tends to infinity, integral 1 to n f of x dx is finite, we say the given series is convergent. Otherwise divergent. This is the procedure. First, let given series is summation un. After that, let un, where un equals to f of n. Now I write the value of f of x and find the integral from 1 to n f of x dx. Okay. After finding this integral, now I find limit at n tends to infinity. This is the procedure. First write f of n equals to un equals to f of n. After that we write the function in x terms f of x. Next we find the integral from 1 to n only, not 1 to infinity. Just we find that integral from 1 to n f of x dx means this is the integral of sequence of partial sum. Next we find the limit at n tends to infinity. It is finite, we say convergence, otherwise it is divergent. This is the procedure. When we use this test, if the given series does not possible to find is it convergent or not by using all before tests. See what is the sum here? Determine the series summation n equals to 2 to infinity 1 by root n into log n. What is the series here? Summation n equals to 2 to infinity 1 by root n into log n. Is it convergent or divergent? First I tried in previous methods. See here. What is given series? Summation n equals to 2 to infinity 1 by root n into log n. We know log n, value of log n is always less than or equal to mod root n. The value of log n is always less than or equals to mod root n. Log n less than or equal to mod root n. Then what is the value of 1 by log n and 1 by root n? If log n and root less than or equal to root n, that implies 1 by log n is greater than or equal to 1 by root n. Okay. Every time you should write for all n greater than or equal to 2. Why? In summation the value of n starts from 2. So we write for all n greater than 2. First we take log n less than or equal to root n. That implies 1 by log n is greater than 1 by root n. Now I multiply with 1 by root n on both sides. This is 1 by root n and this is 1 by root n. What we get here? 1 by log n into root n, same, greater than or equals to 1. Already we have 1 by root n. Again I multiply with 1 by root n. So 1 by root n into root n. What is the value of root n into root n? N. Therefore we get, what we get here? 1 by root n into log n greater than or equals to 1 by n. Here we have two series. First one is our given series. Second one is another series. What is the another series here? 1 by n. Now I find the series 1 by n is convergent or divergent. Tell me. Now I find the another series 1 by n is convergent or divergent. By repeat series test, summation 1 by n power p. Here what is p here? P equals to 1. By p series test, if p equals to 1, we say the given series is divergent. Therefore we know summation 1 by is divergent series. Okay, here we got 1 by n is divergent. Then our series is it greater than or less than this divergent series? Our series is greater than this divergent series. So therefore by comparison test our series is also divergent. See here, some mod an greater than or equal to bn. What is comparison test? Here an, the series an is greater than or equal to bn. If bn is divergent, automatically the series an is also divergent. Here also we apply same. See here. Here we have two series. 1 by root n into log n is our given series. Another one is 1 by n. First I find the summation 1, the series 1 by n is divergent or not. By P series test it is divergent. So 1 by n is smaller than this series, then automatically the larger series 1 by log n into root n is also divergent. It is easily, we find easily by using comparison test and P series test. So there is no need to apply the integral test. Next, see here. Here what we have here, summation n equals to 2 to infinity log n by n. See here what is the series here, summation n equals to 2 to infinity log n by n is our given series. Okay, see first I use previous methods. What are the previous methods? Comparison test and P series test, like this. See here, given summation n equals to 2 to infinity log n by n. We know, already we know log n is always less than or equals to root n. Already we write in first sum. So next I divided with n on both sides. This is log n by n, our given series. This is root n by n. What is the value of root n by n? Tell me. Root n by n. I write denominator n as root n into root n. So after cancel root n, what we get here? 1 by root n. See here. This is our given series log n by n. Already we know what is the log n is always less than or equal to root n. Every time we have to write for all n greater than equals to 2 by the summation n equals to from 2 to infinity. So we write n greater than or equal to 2. First I write log n less than or equal to root n. After that I divide with n on both sides. So log n by n less than or equal to root n by n. What is the value of root n by n? I write n as root n into root n. After cancel 1 by root n. So therefore log n is less, we have log n by n less than or equals to 1 by root n. If by comparison test an is less than or equals to bn, if bn is convergent, then automatically what we write? an is convergent if mod an less than or equal to mod bn. If an is convergent, we write bn also convergent. If bn is divergent, we write an also divergent. See here. By P series test, what is 1 by root n? 1 by n power root n means n power 1 by 2. 1 by n power 1 by 2 is divergent. Why? Where P equals to what? 1 by 2. It is less than 1. So we say 1 by root n is divergent series. Here, see here, divergent series. If 1 by root n is divergent, 1 by root n is divergent, we say, what we say? Log n by n is also divergent. Is it clear or not? Here 1 by root n is divergent series. Compare with log n less than or equal to 1 by root n. Which series is larger? 1 by root n is larger. That means log n by n is smaller. Here we get larger series is divergent. Then we say smaller series convergent or not divergent? We can't say. We can't say. If larger series is convergent, we say it is also convergent. Okay. If smaller series is divergent, we say larger series also divergent. But here we get smaller series is divergent. Okay. So sorry, larger series log n less than or equal to 1 by root n means 1 by root n is larger. If larger series is divergent, we can't say the smaller series also divergent. It is not possible. See here. If 1 by root n is divergent by comparison test from 1, we can't say the given series log n by n is convergent or divergent. If the relation between greater than or equal to, if you, instead of less than or equal to, if you have greater than or equal to, we say log n by n is also divergent. But here we have less than or equal to. So we can't say log n by n is convergent or divergent. And also by using remaining methods, we can't say the given series is convergent or divergent. In these cases, we use integral test. Are you understand? See before sum. Here we have first one is our series, second one is another series, the relations between greater than or equal to, but here we have less than or equal to. So the relation between two series is less than or equal to, if smaller series is convergent, we say greater series also convergent. Sorry, greater series convergent, small series also convergent, but here reverse we have, and we get the another series is divergent. So we can't say the given series is convergent or not by using comparison test. And also we can't use another test by geometric series, P series test, ratio test in these cases. In such cases we use integral test. What is the procedure of integral test? First, let the given series is an and take f of n equals to an, and we write value of f of x, and we find the integral f of x dx from 1 to n only. After that we find this limit value at n tends to infinity. Very simple. See, given series is summation n equals to 2 to infinity log n by n. First let an equals to log n by n. That implies f of n equals to what? Log n by n. If f of n equals to log n by n, what is f of x? Log x by x. This is the value of f of x. First we have to find the function is decreasing or not. What we have first to find, the given series is decreasing or not, and all the terms in this series are non-negative or not. Log x, clearly log x, the value of log x is always positive. Okay, log x by x is also a positive. So clearly we write f of x greater than or equal to 0 for all x greater than 1. Okay, for all x greater than 1, f of x value is always has non-negative terms. First one is completed. Second one is the given series is decreasing or increasing. See here, for finding the given series is decreasing or not, first I find the f dash x value. F of x is log x by x. Already we learnt in first year, BSc first year, first sem, same problem already we did. For finding the given series is increasing function or decreasing function, we find f dash x value. If f dash x is less than 0, we say the given function is decreasing. If the value of f dash x is greater than 0, we say the given function is increasing. Similarly, I used same method. Where f of x is equal to log x, we can't say the given series is decreasing or increasing. So I find f dash x. What is f dash x? Differentiation of given function. So now I differentiate the given function. D by dx of f of x equals to d by dx of log x. What is the value of d by dx of f of x? Is f dash x. What is the differentiation of log x by x? Here we use u by v formula. What is u here? Log x is u and x is v. What is the formula? V into, that means x into d by dx of log x minus log x into d by dx of x by v square means x square. This is the formula of u by v. Okay. Next, I write x as same. And what is the differentiation of log x? Into 1 by x minus log x is same. What is the differentiation of x with respect to x? 1 by x square. Now I cancel x and x. Therefore, f dash x equals to what? 1 minus log x by x square. This is the value of f dash x. See here. This is the value of f dash x. Why we found this f dash x value? To find the given function is decreasing or not. Sometimes it is not possible by seeing f of x is decreasing or not. So we find f dash x. Then we say the given series is decreasing or not. See here, what we get here? 1 minus x, 1 minus log x by x square. For all x greater than or equals to 3. X greater than or equals to 3 means from the value of x starts from 3 to infinity. This function is always less than or equals to 0. What about 2? Put x equals to 2. 1 minus log 2 by 2 square. That means 1 minus log 2 is 0.6 something. Value of log 2 is 0.6 by 2 square means 4. 1 minus 0.6, 0.4 by 4. This is 0.1 greater than or equal to 0. If we for x equals to 2, the given series is increasing. Only for x equals to 2, the given series has increasing value. So we take the values x from 3 onwards. From 3 onwards, what is the log x for x equals to 3? What is the value of log 3? 1.30 something by 3 square. 1 minus 1 by 3 is minus 0.3 by 9. So it is negative value. So this is less than or equals to 0. If the f dash x is less than or equal to 0, we say the given function is a decreasing function. See here, therefore f of x is decreasing sequence in the interval 3 to infinity. This is the most important. From 3 to infinity. But what is the value of n here? 2 to infinity. But we find 3 to infinity. After that we find 2 to infinity. Okay, see. F of x is decreasing in the interval 3 to infinity. Now I find the integral value of f of x from 3 to n, not 2 to n. Actually we have to find 2 to n, but here I find from 3 to n first. After that I find 2 to n. Okay, see. Integral 3 to n f of x dx equals to integral 3 to n. What is f of x here? Log x by x. What is the integration of log x by x? See here, let log x equals to t. Differentiating with respect to x, what we get here? 1 by x dx equals to dt. Now I substitute dx by x, or see here, or dx equals to what? X into dt. If you change the value of x in t's, we should change the values of limit. Okay, we should change limit values also. What is the limit value of here? N. So I write log n. Why? Here log x equals to t, so I put log n. Here the limit value is log 3, so I write log 3. Here log x equals to t by x. What is the value of dx here? X into dt. X cancel. What is the remaining term here? Integral log 3 to log n t into dt. Are you understand or not? See, here the function is log x by x. So I let log x equals to t. Differentiating with respect to x, 1 by x dx equals to dt. That implies dx equals to x into dt. Okay, next. What is the limit value here? N. For x equals to n, for x it is n. For t, what is it? Log x means log n. So I write log n. Similarly, I put x equals to 3. So what is t here? Log 3. Next, what is log x here? T by x. What is the value of x dx here? X into dt. X cancel. What is left over function is limit log 3, integral log 3 to log n t dt. What is the integration of t? T square by 2. And write limit values. See here. See here, integral log 3 to log n t into dt. What is the different integration of t? T square by 2, and the limits are log 3 to log n. First, which value put in that function? Log n. So log n, first put t equals to log n. So we get log n whole square by 2 minus, now I write log 3. Log 3 whole square by 2. This is the value of what? The function integral f of x dx from 3 to infinity. This is the value of the function integral value of f of x dx from 3 to infinity. Now I find the limit at n tends to infinity to this integral value. First I write f of x dx value and I find the limit from 1 to n or 2 to n what it given, and find the limit at n tends to infinity. This is the procedure. But here integral value we have to take 2 to n, but I take here 3 to n. See here, first I find the limit value of 3 to n. See here. First I find the limit value of, see here. First I find the limit value from 3 to n f of x dx. Only 3 to n. Now I find the limit at n tends to infinity of this value. See here. What is the limit value of 3 to n here? Log n whole square by 2 minus log 3 whole square by 2. Now I find this limit at n tends to infinity. 3 to n f of x dx value is log n whole square by 2 minus log 3 whole square by 2. Now I apply this limit from n to infinity. Combining both this value, what we get? The integral from 3 to infinity. Is it clear or not? Here the integral is from 3 to n and limit value is n to infinity. That means 3 to n to infinity. Combine all these values 3 to infinity. So what we get here? From 3 to infinity f of x dx value. Okay. Limit n tends to infinity. I write the value of 3 to n f of x dx. Put n equals to infinity here. What is log n? Log infinity value is infinity. So we get infinity square by 2 minus log 3 whole square by 2. Infinity whole square by 2 means infinity. Infinity minus anything is infinity. Therefore, the integral value of 3 to infinity f of x dx is infinity. Okay. What is f of x here? Log x by x. Integral 3 to infinity log x, where x value what we get here plus infinity. What is 3 to infinity log x by x means? The given series from from n equals to 3 to infinity, log n by n is infinity. Okay, is it clear? First I find the integral value from 3 to n only. After that I limit value at n tends to infinity. That means we find the integral value from 3 to infinity. 3 to infinity means f of x means the given series. So I write summation 3 to infinity log n by n value is plus infinity. It's over. But what we have to find here? From n equals to 2 to infinity we should find. But here we find from n equals to 3 to infinity. See here. Summation n equals to 2 to infinity means what? First put log n by n kada. See. First I put n equals to 2. What we get? Log 2 by 2. After that what we get? Log 3 by 3. After that log 4 by 4. First I write log 2 by 2 and after that I write n equals to 3 to infinity log n by n. Is it clear or not? First we have to find the limit n tends to infinity from 2 to infinity. See here. We have to find the given series is n convergent or not at n equals to 2 to infinity. But here we find from 3 to infinity. So, see here. I write n equals to 2 to infinity log n by n as, first I put n equals to 2. So, I get log 2 by 2. After that, you could put n values from 3 to infinity. So, I write this one. Is it clear or not? Next, what is value of log 2 by 2? Same, log 2 by 2 I wrote. Already we find summation n equals to 3 to infinity log n by n is infinity. So I write here infinity. Infinity plus something is equal to infinity. Therefore, summation, this is our series. What is the value of this one? Infinity. So we write our series is divergent. Our function is 2 to infinity log n by n. Okay. Our series is our series is summation to n equals to 2 to infinity log n by n. First we find is it has all non-negative terms or not. See, clearly log x by x is always has non-negative terms. Okay, next one. Is it increasing or decreasing? For that we find f. We take f of x value is log x by x. After that we find f dash x value by differentiating. We get f dash x is less than or equal to 0. That means decreasing we write. Next we find the integral of f of x dx from 2 to infinity. For that we find from 3 to infinity. Why? The function f of x is decreasing from 3 onward, 3 to infinity only, not at 2. The given function is decreasing from 3 to infinity interval, not from 2 to infinity interval. So we take from 3 to infinity. First I find the integral of 3 to infinity, 3 to n f of x dx, and after that I find limit at n tends to infinity. What we get? The value, we get the value infinity. Now I find the summation n equals 2 to infinity log n by n value. First I put n equals to 2 in given series. We get log 2 by 2. After putting 2, what is the value of n? Starts from 3 to infinity. That means I like this. Summation n equals to 3 to infinity log n by n. Already we find this value. We get it infinity. So infinity plus log 2 by 2 is infinity. So the given series value is infinity. We write the given series is divergent. This is the integral test. First we find all terms are non-negative. First we find all terms are non-negative. Next we find decreasing or increasing. After that we take f of x value from 1 to n or 2 to n or which interval it will starts up to n only. After that we find limit at n tends to infinity. This is the procedure. See next one. Summation n equals to 4 to infinity. What is the value of n here? From 4 to infinity. 1 by log n, 1 by n into log n into log of log n. Here we have 3 terms, n into log n into log of log n. 1, 2, 3 terms. 1 by n into log n into log of log n. Okay. Clearly, see here, first given series is this one. Let f of n is equal to n 1 by n log n and log of log n. That implies f of x is 1 by x into log of log x. Clearly, f dash x is greater than 0. Simply we write here. For all x greater than or equal to 1. That means f of x has all positive non-negative terms. Now I show is it increasing or decreasing. Let x less than y. First I take x less than y. What we have to show? Decreasing means f of x value is greater than f of y. We have to show. If x less than y, we have to show f of x greater than f of y for decreasing. So I take x less than y. Apply logarithm on both sides. We get log x less than log y. Multiply with x and both. X into y log x log x less than y log y. Since already we have x less than y. So x log x less than y log y. Similarly, x into log of log x is less than same y into log of log y. Now I take on denominator. If you take denominator, the automatically less than becomes greater than. So 1 by x into log of log x is greater than 1 by y into log of log y. What is this? F of x. What is this? F of y. What is the relation between greater than? First we take x less than y. What we get? F of x greater than f of y. So it is a decreasing function. See here. First I take x less than y. That implies log x less than log y. That implies log of log x less than log of log y. Next. Next. X into log of log x less than y into log of log y. Now I take in fraction form. So then automatically less than becomes greater than. That implies f of x greater than f of y. Therefore, f is decreasing function. First we write f has all non-negative terms and this one is f is decreasing. So now we can apply the integral test. We take integral from 1 to n only. Sorry, here what is the summation? N equals to 4 to infinity. So I take from 4 to n, not infinities. Just write here n. Just change from 4 to n. Integral 4 to n 1 by x log of log x dx. Here first I let log of log x equals to t. What is t here? Let log of log x equals to t. Differentiating with respect to x. What is the differentiation of log x? 1 by log x. Again we should differentiate log x. That means 1 by x dx equals to dt. Are you understand? Here we take log of log x equals to t. Now differentiate with respect to x. Log of log x means 1 by log x, and we differentiate the function in log. What is that log x? What is the differentiation log x? 1 by x dx. Therefore dx equals to what? X log x dt. Therefore dx equals to x log x dt. See here. First I write 1 by x log x same. Here we take log of log x is equal to t. So I write t here. What is dx? X log x into dt. Now I cancel x log x log x. If we change x into t terms, automatically the limit value also changed. What is limit values here? 4 to n. So I write log of log n, log of log 4. Okay. What is the remaining term here? 1 by t dt. What is the integration of 1 by t? Log t. See here. So here I write log t. What is the limits here? Log of log n, log of log 4. First I apply log of log n in t place. Log of, what is t here? Log of log n minus log of, what is t here? Log of log 4. This is the value of 4 to n f of x dx. Now I find 4 to infinity. That means summation n equals to 4 to infinity log of log n minus log of log infinity. Here I write limit n tends to infinity. Okay. Put n equals to infinity here. What we get? Log of log infinity. What is the value of log infinity? Infinity. Again log infinity. Again log infinity. So the total value is infinity. Here also we have to write limit n tends to infinity. So this is one. Therefore the given series has the value is infinity. Therefore the given series is divergent. Are you understand? Here we have to change two things. Here we write n. We change n infinity as n, and here this is limit n tends to infinity, not summation. Okay, are you clear? So this is the correct. Thank you.